Why am I not surprised? All right, so thank you for that. So thank you everybody for joining. Like I said, we'll try not to take too much of your time, but we really do need your help. I'm gonna start by asking you all a couple of questions. So this is all about, of course, the 50th anniversary celebration happening on June 5th, and I will kind of explain what we're looking for from you as we go through the presentation. So I have a question for you first, and that first question is, I wanna know, what words come to mind when you think of Rotary Youth Exchange in District 6330? And you can click on the link that's in the chat in order to input your responses. So take a minute to do that. Let me know if anybody has any technical difficulties that we need to worry about, but. And you can, sorry, not in the chat, do it in the, use that link I sent.
What link?
The link, the very first thing in the chat, click that and then enter it in there. And when you do that, you can enter more than one thing, but enter one thing at a time first. So enter it and then submit and then enter the next one.
This Polly/Kirk?
Yeah, that's right. Polleveryone.com, yeah, /Kirk Langford, yeah.
So how does it open, Kirk?
It should open in a browser window for you.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
No.
Okay, then you might have to just copy that link and paste it in a browser.
Yeah, Kirk, if you put the HTTP in front of it, it'll work for everybody.
Gotta do everything here. Thanks, Ben. Now Ben's
too. Okay.
Now
there we go.
Go ahead and click on that link and then put in whatever words.
Do I need to put my name in or no?
You can just put your first name. Yeah.
No, it's still not.
How do we get to that link?
So you can click on the link that it says from Benjamin to everyone. If you click on that what's highlighted in blue, the pollev.com/Kirk Langford. If you click on that, it'll open in a browser and then it'll ask you to put in your name. You can click OK, put in your name, put OK, and then you can enter the words.
None of that's making sense.
So do you see the chat there, Peter?
Yep.
Okay, so in the chat, do you see the message that Ben posted that says HTTPS and then colon and then 2 backslashes? Do you see that?
Can you submit more than once?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, so click on that. It should open a new window in a browser when you click on it. And yeah, you can submit more than one, Harry. Yep, you can submit as many as you like.
Yep, yep.
Did that work for you, Peter? And then it'll ask you to put in your name. You pop in your name, and then you can start putting in words. So you can start seeing what people are typing. What you'll also notice is that the more entries that we receive of a particular word, the bigger it is. So what it means is that we've received friendship, connection, well, international, more than the other things like, for example, community or trained. Connections getting a big one, fun, friendship. Catherine got her name on here. Look at you go, Catherine. You're like celebrity. You're famous. All right, I'll give you maybe 10 or 15 more seconds to put in some answers. Then I'll lock it so that it'll actually stay still for a second. You can actually read it.
When I put in a response and hit submit, nothing happens.
So if you look on the screen that you can share here with me, that's where it goes. It doesn't send you anything or anything like that. If you click submit on the word, then you're good to go.
Okay.
Wow, that looks good.
Yeah, so you're basically making a word cloud as you go. All right, so I'm going to lock it. So thanks everyone for putting in your responses. So you can see some of the responses that people shared. So you've got friendship, lifelong, cultural appreciation, memories, international, language, connection, fun, pretty cool stuff, right? There's a lot of really good, I think, words there, very enriching words, very, I think, maybe memorable words, important words, right? So I think we all agree, obviously, that that it's a pretty good program and that there's a lot of good things attached to that program and that there's a lot of good things attached to it for our district. So we're going to move on. Thank you for that. Keep that link handy though. You might need it again. All right. So what do you have to look forward to when you attend the event? Well, it's going to be a celebration of all that we've accomplished over the past 50 years through this program. And I can tell you it's a lot. I've been talking to past district chairs of the program. I've been connecting with past students. By no means anywhere close to all of them by any means, which is why we need your help. But even in the little bit that I've connected with people, it's amazing the history that we have over 50 years of this program. There's going to be an opportunity for RYE alumni as well as Rotarians and host families to reconnect. This is where we really need your help, and I'll explain in a moment. And there's also going to be opportunities to sign a guest book that's going to be sort of a social media guest book, which is really cool. Participate in live polls, just like the one you just did, hear from past district chairs, as well as guest speakers. So there's going to be a lot going on. So it's going to be quite a jam-packed day. But we know because it's Zoom, we don't want to subject people to 12 hours on Zoom. So we're going to pack a lot into a small or a short time frame, but it's going to be awesome. So if you're thinking, that sounds really great, where do I sign up? Now, I think most of you on this call, in fact, are signed up. Maybe there's one or two who aren't, I'm not sure. But all you have to do is click the link that I'm going to put in the chat, and then you can sign up if you haven't already. Now, I'm going to ask everybody to do another poll. So that same link, you can go ahead and click that same link again, the second one that I had sent, and let me know whether or not you've already registered. So that same link, and this time there should be a different question there that it's asking you to answer. And you can just click A or B, either yes, you've registered, or not yet.
Kirk, how can we tell if we've already registered?
You would have received the email that said, thanks for registering and stay tuned for more information.
Oh, I don't know if I did. I mean, my memory doesn't go back very far.
We'll put a not yet for you. You have to answer not yet then. If you're not 100% sure, because I'd rather have you accidentally register twice than forget to register once. That'd be my...
I'm putting it in again just in case.
Perfect. All right, it's coming
Justin, you're in no.
Uh-oh. She's called you out.
What? I'm a no?
No, Mr. Justin.
Oh.
Am I a yes or a no?
I think you're a yes, I think. Pretty sure I saw your name come across, but it might have been Danielle's. That's the problem with D. Borg, right?
D. Borg.
It was DeBork.
Yeah.
Okay, no singing, no Muppets.
I have a screen that says join presentation. I put my name in and I put join, and I get the response back, presenter not found.
Okay, you must be doing something different from what I'm doing then. Don't worry about it then, Peter. It's all good.
Have you registered, Peter?
I'm afraid my memory's about the same as I don't believe I have.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I'll be following up with lots of emails about exactly that. So don't worry if you haven't yet. I just wanted to kind of get an idea of who may have already registered and who hasn't. So right now we're looking about just over half have registered. So that's a good sign in the sense that this meeting is obviously necessary to try to really encourage people to register. So going to move forward. Thank you for participating in that one. Good to get those answers. All right, let's move on. So next question, again, go back to that same link and it'll be different this time. Would you be willing to spend 15 to 30 minutes helping us make this event a huge success? Got three options. Yes, for sure. I'm sorry, but I don't have the time. I respect that people are busy these days, lots going on. And go on if you're can't quite commit yet, but you want to know more about what the heck I'm going to ask you to do. So if the suspense, if I've piqued your interest, if I've whet your appetite and you want to know more, oh, good, good. There is some interest being piqued this evening. This is good. I'll give you about 45 more seconds. And for Paul and Sue, who've just joined us, welcome, welcome. Can you both hear me? You can message in the chat as well or unmute yourself.
Yes, I can hear you.
Perfect, welcome. So what you both want to do is go ahead and click on that link in the chat that says the HTTPS. Actually, I'll just post it again to make it super easy. There you go. Click on that link and it'll ask you to put in your name and then it will ask you to participate in this poll.
Oh.
Leave it open for another 30 seconds or so.
Kirk,
Sorry. So
After you put your name in, it says on the bottom, you have to do submit or something.
yes, you have to, I think, yeah, whether it's submit or okay, I'm not sure, but you do have to click like next, basically. Next or okay.
Yeah.
I get a go on.
Oh, it might be go on. Yeah, yeah.
No.
Again, nothing happens.
Peter, go back to the bottom of your screen to the Zoom, because you might have already put it in.
Yeah, you probably have.
All right. So we've got everyone saying either yes, absolutely, the majority of you. So that's awesome. And a few of you are needing to know a little bit more information. You're intrigued, which is good. So, okay, I've got your interest. I've got your attention. Here we go. We need your help. We had a meeting on Sunday of the District 6330 RYE50 committee. So the people that are trying to plan this event for June 5th. And it became very clear to us that even though we are sending out emails, we're sending out reminders, we are trying to get the word out, what we think is happening is there's a lot of bystander effect. So because we're sort of blanket emailing and blanket posting, people are sort of thinking, well, I don't need to send it out because someone else will do it. Or Maho knows more people than I do, so I'm going to just stand back and not worry about it. Those 2 or 3 people that I'm connected with, Maho probably is already connected to them anyway. They probably already heard about it. And I'm here to tell you bystander effect is very negative in this situation because what it's led to is us having far fewer registrants than we expected. We know based on quick calculations that we could have easily 2,000 registrants. If we were able to truly reach out to everyone that's been participating in the past 50 years, we'd quickly have 2,000 people. And we are currently at about 160. And that's why we need your help. We know that everybody knows someone. The 6 degrees of separation is, unlike the bystander effect, the 6 degrees of separation is something we need to work with right now and use in our favor. So what we are asking is that everybody take 15 to 30 minutes to dig through their email addresses or their Facebook profiles or whatever contact it might be. It might be a WhatsApp chat, it might be a phone number even, and let people know about this. So if you are in contact with RYE alumni, so past inbound or past outbound, if you know of host families, okay, that were here in the district, or if you know of Rotarians that were involved in the program. They don't have to be a previous YO or YEC, just someone that was a real advocate for the program, worked with the program, past district committee member, whatever it might be. We would really, really appreciate it if you could let them know about this event. So forward them the link that I'm going to send to you after this meeting. All you have to do is forward it and say, click this and sign up. That's all you have to do. Because we know that through that 6 degrees of separation, we should be able to really reach out to thousands of people that have been involved in this program over the years. We also know that not thousands of people are going to sign up. We know some people have passed away. We know some people don't have any connection to Rotary anymore. You know, in 50 years, there's a lot of people that come and go, and we understand that. But we are pretty confident that we should easily have 400 to 500 people signing up for this. And so it is a little distressing for us that we don't. And so what we're hoping is that a personalized push. So when Catherine reaches out to her 20 or 30 people that she can think of and says, not just, hello friends, I would like, but hi Debbie, and hi Carol, and hi John, I'd like you to sign up for this. We're hoping that that personal connection will go a lot further than a blanket email from Kirk, who basically, if you weren't involved in the program more than a few years, you're gonna go, who the hell is Kirk? And why does he want me to join this thing? So we're really trying to get the word out, and we think a very personalized approach is going to be what we need at this point in order to get the numbers that we really are hoping for. Now, it's not all in doom and gloom. I will say that, you know, this event isn't riding on a certain number of participants. We're not going to have any less fun with 120 people, but we really do want to make this a big thing. And we know that we have touched so many people through 50 years of exchange. And we know what we don't want to happen is that people find out after the fact and they go, oh, I really would have liked to have been part of that. I didn't know about it. So we want to get out to everybody every way we can. So we're asking everyone, the email that I send you after this, if you could please forward it to anyone that you think, you know, a lot of people came back to us and said, well, you guys have the email list from YA and other sources, just send it out. And we did. And I got, you know, in one email of about 120 people, I got 40 bounced email addresses. Because as you can imagine, you know, little Don Bork isn't using SkaterPoo99 anymore. He's grown up and he's changed his email address, but he didn't think to email the outbound coordinator and let him know. So now they don't know. I had to go for Don. I mean, it's just an easy one, right? He's only district chair for a few more months, so I'm safe almost. Anyway, there were a lot of bounced emails. And so we know that although we still know about these people, we don't necessarily have their most recent contact information. Some of us aren't friends on Facebook, right? So we'd really appreciate you reaching out to anyone in the district that you are still connected to. Past YEOs, past YECs, past Rotarians involved in the program, even current Rotarians. Don't assume that just because they're a current Rotarian, they've heard about it. There's a lot of white noise between social media and email, and we know that it's falling through the cracks. So I'd rather have someone register 2 or 3 times because they weren't sure than to not register at all. And then the other piece is when you see posts that we're doing on social media, such as Facebook, if you could share those on your personal profile as well, that would be extremely helpful. And the other piece to that is when you do share it, tag a couple of people. So if I post it and I don't put anything other than just sharing the post, it doesn't go nearly as far as if I tag Kathleen, Grace, and Maho and say, you guys better sign up this week. It kind of puts that personalized invitation in it. So I'd really appreciate that. Now I have one last favor.
Kurt,
Yes.
it's Rick here.
Yeah.
Can you share with us the people, the list of registrants to date?
I can to an extent because some people have asked that their name not be shared. So I can share who is registered that's allowed their name to be published. Yes, I can do that.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, last thing I have to ask your assistance on. So in addition to having this a celebration event, we also thought that it would be a good opportunity to raise funds potentially for a 50th anniversary scholarship fund. And so we are putting the, the wheels for that are in motion. However, what we would like to know is, what are your thoughts on it essentially? And how should we promote it? Because here's the thing. We don't want people to show up to this event feeling obligated to donate. We don't want them to feel as though they shouldn't attend if they're not planning on donating. We still want it to be your primary purpose for attending is to celebrate, reconnect, reignite old friendships. And if you can also donate, that's wonderful. So we would love some advice or some input on how we can effectively, first of all, so what are your thoughts on it? And second of all, what do you think of promoting it? How do we promote it in a way that's still respectful and appropriate? So you can head to that same link and you can put in your ideas if you want them to be anonymous. You can also unmute yourself if you'd like. And I don't want to, I'll just say now, I know we said 7:30, so I don't want to get into, a huge discussion necessarily, but just a little bit of a few ideas on your kind of personal thoughts on that would be great. And then if you have any specific ideas, that would be great.
I don't like the idea on the actual event. I don't mind the fact that after the event, if we want to send an email out that's that is directed at the participants and say, here, we're doing this. But I just don't like the idea at all.
Of advertising it at the event?
Advertising it at the event at all.
Okay.
I don't like the event. I don't like the idea about especially going after the potential international market.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Other ideas or feedback?
I'm similar to Rick, but not as fuddy-duddy. I would say we should mention it towards the end of the event that we are establishing a scholarship. They will receive an email and just talk about it, what the purpose of the scholarship is, and that we are establishing it. But don't make it a hard sell. Don't make it the beginning. Just let them know and then follow up.
So you wouldn't advertise it in advance, but mention it at the end so it's not a surprise when it's in the email that follows.
Correct.
Okay, cool. I'm just going to read some of the ones we're getting here as well. Link to ways to contribute, such as Canada Helps website or credit card. Not sure that it would help. Promote at the end of the anniversary event at a feel-good time and follow up later with the details. Okay. One paragraph describing what and how the funds raised will be used. Okay. If hosted by a Canadian charitable foundation, reassure that Canadian tax receipts can be issued. Okay. I think it's fine, but don't necessarily have to focus on it. Awareness is great in my opinion. So it sounds like what we're getting is that yes, go ahead with it, but don't have it in the build up to the event. Keep it out of that. Mention it at the end as a way to let people know kind of as they're on the high of the event that they can do it, and there will be follow-up information made available if they want to participate. Does that seem okay? Do other people have any thoughts or ideas? No? Okay.
And kind of related to that, Kirk, with that follow-up email.
Yep.
encourage them to get involved with Rotary if they're not.
Yes. Yeah. And we've talked about that. We've said basically that we'll have almost a flow chart. So if you've completely fallen out of Rotary since your exchange, connect with Rotary. If you're already connected with Rotary, but your club doesn't do youth exchange, maybe consider starting youth exchange up in your club. So we're going to talk about different ways you can get involved depending on your current level of involvement after the event. Yeah. Thank you for reiterating that. I think that's good. All right. Thank you for everybody's input. Did somebody else have a suggestion? I thought I heard a, no? Okay, perfect. All right, so that was all I had. I like I said, I wanted to keep it under a half an hour. I'm gonna put the link here again. So if you haven't registered, you can go ahead and do that right now. If you're not sure if you've registered, you can do it again. It's not the end of the world. And so what I'll be doing is I will be following up with an email to all of you that is a template that you can then forward to anybody that you know is still involved, or sorry, not still involved, but anyone you want to connect with. You can tweak that email as much as you want. The most important thing is that you just keep the link in there so that they can easily click it and register. And that's really it. Now, as a quick next step for you folks, one of the things that we're doing is we're using an app called Whova to facilitate this whole thing. So it's not going to be just Zoom. It's going to be an app that you log into or a website you log into. You create your account in advance. And so for the time being, we are focusing on just registrations. And then for the month of May, we will start promoting Whova. So that's when we'll get people going in, asking you to create your account, upload a profile picture, and you can actually start connecting with the other people who will be attending at that point. You don't have to wait until June 5th. You can start noticing, who's signed up and who's already created their account. So you can start to see, oh, wait, I noticed, Grace hasn't signed up yet, but I know she's interested in this. So I'm going to make sure I reach out to her and get her to sign up. So really great stuff coming. So look out in May for that. But in advance of that, when you sign up, you will get an email confirming that you've been registered and that you're good to go. And it will basically say, hang tight. And in the meantime, forward the link to as many people as you can to let them know. Are there any questions?
Kirk, it's not a question, it's Kathleen.
Yeah.
One of the other strategies we're doing is that Kirk has interviewed past district chairs, and those promos will start going out every 2 weeks. And so it will be a way of reminiscing and building more excitement for the event.
And we're hoping as well that, because again, many people don't know who I am, maybe from when I was an outbound and from the past couple of years. But what we're hoping is that when they see Rick's recording, they're going to go, oh my gosh, that's Rick Coates. I remember he was my chair. He was my outbound coordinator. And we're hoping that will make them go, oh my gosh, if Rick's going to be there, I need to get on there and I want to be part of this. So that's what we're hoping it'll do. All right. Okay, then if there's no other questions, I will wish everybody have a good evening. Thank you again for your time. If you have other suggestions or ideas, feel free to reach out to me. I'm always happy to get that. And just look out for an email from me with that email template that you can then forward to others that might be interested in attending. Okay.
Enjoy your lockdown for the next 30 days too.
Enjoy your lockdown, that's right. Oh,
my golf just got canceled, which really is disappointing, but I understand.
Yeah.
We all give something up.
Yeah, that's right. All right, take care everyone and have an awesome night. Bye-bye.
Kirk,
Yeah.